Hi there learners, and welcome to today's video in which we are going to be looking at the long awaited for grade 10 PAT. It has officially landed, so we're going to take a look through the document so you can get your first look and just get your head around what needs to be done. Now please remember, on my channel, not only do I have videos from PAT, the PAT from last year, but I have the PAT tips over here which are applicable to all PATs, whether it's grade 10, 11 or 12. So you do want to go and have a look at that, and you'll see over here everything that you can use. All right, so let's go and have a look at today's PAT. Let's see, obviously it's a normal table of contents here. They're just mentioning to us the PAT must be started in term 3 and completed in term 4 before the grade 10 final exam. So they already sort of where your deadline is going to be. Phase 1 is worth 50 marks and phase 2, so your PAT for grade 10 is you using Word and PowerPoint. It's going to be in 2 phases and you're looking at 50 marks per phase. Okay, please bear in mind it is a compulsory component of your final mark, so you want to take this very seriously. And then they mentioned to us just some of the items that we will need to complete the PAT. Obviously you need Office, you need internet access to sources such as print media, and other facilities like that. And they talk about dishonesty and non-compliance, which I've mentioned before. So let's look at the actual topic. They mention here a look into the future. For decades, technology has been dramatically changing not just the lives of individuals in developed countries, but increasingly the lives and livelihoods of people throughout the developing world. Whether it's a community mobile phone, a solar panel, a new farming practice, or a cutting-edge medical device, technology is altering the landscape of possibility in places where possibilities used to be scarce. So they're talking about the timeline of the future, and they're looking at, from like 2024, they're just giving us an example through to 2055. So they say here's some predictions of technologies for the next 50 years, as we can see, and these technologies do not exist yet, but with people's imagination, these can soon become a reality. They're looking at 4D printing, DNA computing, zero knowledge proof, hyperloop, space mining, etc. And here they mention to us, your research will be based on the following question. So this is going to be your focus question. How could future technology change or improve our lives? Okay, that's going to be the basis of your focus question. So take note of that first of all. Right, then some instructions. Investigate future technologies and imagine how these could change or impact on our lives at a specific focus area. And you need to choose one of these focus areas here. They tell us, use the focus areas above to complete the following focus question. This must be typed out in a space provided in your research planning document. So under the heading focus question, you would have a question that says, how would future technology change, let's say for example, change entertainment in my life? How would future technology change shopping in my life? Okay, so please bear in mind you have to choose something like that, and that's obviously going to be the part that you are going to then research. Okay, before starting with the PAT, they want you to watch the following videos, so please, this is here for a reason. Okay, go and watch the video, spend some time watching this before you go any further, so you'll get a good idea of what you need to do. Then use the following research questions in your search for suitable information. These questions must be typed out in the space provided, so it's got to be in your phase 1 working document. Which technologies are currently used, what are the limitations, etc. So here they are giving you questions, and you may add additional questions of your own. Right, so let's look at the final guide that we're going to follow to complete this PAT. They give us an overview. We want to understand the problem or topic, identify what we know about it, research and learn about it, apply this knowledge to solve the problem, and then present the solution or idea. Your task is to watch the videos, look into the future and imagine what the future will look like in terms of your specific area. Compare current technologies to possible futuristic technologies. work through the research provided in the PET pack, find answers to the research questions, and create a presentation to demonstrate or explain what you envisage your future would look like based on the particular area. So if you said, what would shopping look like in the next 50 years, you got to give a presentation to explain, what your vision would be. Okay, and then we know we've got our 2 phases. So let's go down here. All right. So you need to create your folder structure. Now I've got videos on this, right? How to, sort out your folder structure. Then also how to design your cover page. And you'll see your cover page must have the name and surname, name of your school, subject and grade, PET topic, the future of, right? The date on which it's going to be, phase 1 is presented, and an image that reflects your focus area. Okay, so please don't have a picture of motor cars if you're talking about, shopping or entertainment, and then you put a picture of somebody building a wall. Okay, let's not do that. Then you want to modify the framework as well. So these are more or less the headings that you should have in your research planning document. So they used to call it a phase 1 working document. Now it's your research planning document. So please name it accordingly. Pop in those particular headings and you can see table of contents, folder structure. Obviously your first page will be the cover page, right? So they want you to create that folder structure, create a document, have your cover page over there, pop in these headings so that you have that structure. Again, you can modify it as you need. You're then going to go through the route of creating a table of contents. That should be your second page. You then want to insert a smart art of your folder structure. I know in the past you could do a screenshot, but it seems like they want you to do the smart art. You need to modify your focus question as we mentioned before. And then the infamous task definition. They say here it must be written out in your own words, font size 12. Okay, so that's important. This is going to be called your task definition. So this will be under the heading of task definition. You'll look at answering questions in that task definition like, why am I doing the investigation? What will the focus of the investigation be? How will I go about conducting the research? Who is the information for, and how must I present the information? Now, like I said, I've got a video dealing with the task definition specifically. So you can go and have a look at that as to see, just to get a bit more detail on that. Then task 8, use the research questions to guide the investigation. And they want you to type the following research questions under the particular heading. So you're going to type that out. Task 9, they want, your teacher will discuss the KWLS chart with the class to determine what you know, what you want to know, and what you need to research. So please, this is something you need to consult your teacher about as well. And then you're just going to be gathering information via usually a questionnaire that you're going to be giving out to people. After you've gathered all the required info to answer the questions, you must summarize the answers in your own words under the question. So those questions that you had earlier, you are going to be, putting your own answers in there. And here they show us, indicate the sources used to answer the question. So you'll have your question, here's a little table. You'll have your question and you'll have a summary of the answer. Okay? And then indicate, well, where did you go to get this? So you might say, well, look, I got the information from the internet. I got it from a book, wherever it is. They also want you to save a copy or a screenshot or so of each website that you intend to visit, or whichever ones you used, in an appropriate folder. So that means you need to create another folder. And this you could call, screenshots, you could call it sources, and you need to have at least 3 sources, right? So please don't forget to do that. Okay, also save a copy of each video or video transcript that you intend using in an appropriate folder. Guys, don't forget to do these things. All right, and then they want you to provide a bibliography or bibliographical information for the sources. So here you can see for each website that you listed in the other table where you said, well, I'm going to use the internet and a particular website, you need to draw up a table like this. For each video, this is what you've got to do. And for each item of printed media, you are going to use this table as well. And they want us to use hyperlinks on the source number heading in our research planning document to link that to the relevant source and save that electronically. All right, so when we look at handing in phase 1, we can see what we need to do over there. You can just read through that. I just want to check phase 2 is now where you're going to plan your presentation. So you're going to create a title slide with all of that information on it. We're then going to complete the introduction. Okay, so the introduction, you can see there 4 sentences. The overview of the investigation, the purpose, your focus area, and a short summary of what you investigated. Remember, this is basically presenting the results of what you went to research. Complete the overview and findings. Please, no plagiarism. Okay, your presentation must have good quality info, demonstrate a good understanding, and contain arguments and claims. So if you don't agree with something or you have your own claim that you're putting forward. Then complete overview and findings. Use graphics and images that are relevant to the topic or purpose of the report to enhance the understanding. Be original and creative. So is there evidence of what you've been saying? Is there creativity in your PowerPoint presentation? Then you need to show your envisaged view of the future. You can use pictures, videos, discussion points, anything like that. Acknowledge all your various sources appropriately. You want to use proper language, right? Use good standard English. Okay. The general appearance and readability of your slides, bullets, the animations, all of those things. You also want to complete a content slide where you type the headings from the different slides onto this slide. So at the beginning, you'll have your main slide, then you'll have your content or table of content slide so that people can see, listen, this is what is going to be entailed in the PowerPoint presentation. Right, and then your navigation system and hyperlinks. Add hyperlinks to the table and content slide. Add action buttons as well. So the more you can see, the more creative you are going to be, the better it's going to be for you. Slide effects as well. And then how you present it. Now, a video no longer than 2 minutes, recorded using an external device, or recording the presentation using PowerPoint, stored as a video, or you can do a voice recording. So in other words, what they're saying is you're going to present this to your teacher. Either you're going to record yourself presenting it, you can do a voice recording, so a voice over this as well, but that's how you're going to end up presenting it, and you will be then submitting that. It must not be longer than 2 minutes. Obviously, if it's video, it's going to take up a lot of space if it's going to be longer than that. So it must be well prepared, well presented, and capture the audience. All right, and then you want to organize. Obviously, we just make sure all our documents are organized as indicated. Phase 2 in the phase 2 folder. Tasks are in on time. Generally, has everything been done? And then everything within the phase 2 folder. And then there's our declaration for phase 2 as well. So let's just have a look here. That's our assessment summary. Declaration by the teacher. Okay, this is the document also has the phase 1 and phase 2 rubric. So we'll go through that again. I just want to see that we've covered everything. Again, style guide for our word processing documents. This is the declaration of authenticity that must be part of your PAT. And there they give us a framework for the presentations as well. And yeah, that's about it. Here's a very nice breakdown of what your slides should look like in terms of their structure. You'll see there's your title, your contents, intro, overview of the findings, etc. So guys, everything is here to just do the absolute best that you possibly can with regards to your PAT. So yeah, give this video a like and a share with anyone who'll find value with it. And remember, there are other videos that link to this with regards to how to go about those things. I can see I'll have to make a few other videos because the PAT has changed slightly from last year. So keep looking out for those.